God of the turnaround. I am God of the turnaround. I'm gonna push back and overthrow and overtake everything that's hindered you. I am God of the turnaround. I am God of the turnaround. I'm gonna push back and overthrow and overtake everything that's hindered you. I am God of the turnaround. I am God of the turnaround. I'm gonna push back and overthrow and overtake everything that's hindered you. I am God of the turnaround. I'm God of the turnaround. Just watch me move everything that's hindered you. Oh, just watch me move. Oh, watch me move everything that's hindered you. Oh.
Football has been my entire life. But there's no, hey, we need a scout for the Rams. Chase the dream, guys. Don't chase money.
These kids these days, a lot of them, they want to just hurry up and make money. That's not how it works all the time.
But when you go through these tough times, don't immediately look at someone else. First, look at yourself, look inward, and figure out, is there something that I'm doing?
I want to make sure that they understand what they need to have and what it takes. The work ethic, the intangibles, networking, connecting with the right people.
All right, ready for some football? The Bucs returning to Raymond James Stadium this weekend to take on the Detroit Lions after that bye week. And while everyone waits to see how Baker Mayfield does in week 6, tonight we actually want to talk about one member of the Lions family because he's actually a hometown guy. Grew up right here in the Bay. Kevin Lewis with his story.
Lions general manager Brad Holmes graduated Chamberlain High School in 1997 and went on to be a standout defensive lineman at North Carolina A&T. Now, he told me he knew he wasn't going to play in the NFL, but he wanted to be involved with the game on some level. Unfortunately, he heard no everywhere he turned, so he took a job at a rental car place, lived at home, wondering if football was even going to be part of his future.
I never forget, I was sitting down in my mom's living room, and I was trying to watch a preseason game, and I couldn't watch it. And that's when it hit me. It's like, what am I going to do?
Holmes took an internship with the NBA's Atlanta Hawks, still renting cars, before his networking led to another internship with the Rams, still miles away from a full-time gig.
He interned for 2 more years. Finally, after the 3rd year, I said, Brad, you have to get a real job. I can no longer hold you on my insurance. And then, so he finally got a scouting assistant job.
Brad spent 18 seasons with the Rams, grinding his way up the ladder in the front office.
Kept my head down, kept doing my job, and I went from, scouting assistant to a combine scout to an area scout. I was able to go to a national scout and then become a college director, and it just kind of, the rest is history.
Brad's mom remembers the day her phone rang in January of 2021 when Brad called to give her the good news.
Just tears coming down my face. I was like almost hysterical. I just really couldn't even talk. It was like they finally recognized him for his talent. It finally paid off.
Brad barely moved into his office when he traded franchise legend Matthew Stafford to his former team in exchange for Jared Goff. And he's led 3 aggressive drafts to catapult the Lions into their current role of contender.
If anyone could pull this off, it could be Brad. And I remember the press calling me and they was like, yeah, so can you tell me a little bit about him? Can you tell me? And I said, what I can tell you about him is that he is going to help you win games because he understands players and he's going to get you some great players. And they were like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. She's just the mom.
Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Ain't nothing like the real thing. No, no. Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Ain't nothing like the real thing. No, honey. I've got your picture hanging on the wall, but it can't see or come to me when I call your name. I realize it's just a picture in a frame. I read your letters, and you're not near, but they don't move me. They don't move me like when I hear your sweet voice whispering in my ear. Don't you know? Ain't nothing like the real.
It's not just Dan Campbell, but they have a general manager by the name of, I believe, is Brad Holmes. Jason, I've charted their last 3-4 drafts. This guy is Ozzie Newsome 2.0. From high draft choices, premium draft choices, to late round selections, this guy hits. And if you look at both sides of the line of scrimmage, they have premium players, all pro level players, and they have solid contributors. I think this team's going to run away with their division, and they are absolutely a threat as long as they have healthy running backs, because that's key for Goff. Now, again, go back to our earlier discussion. Do running games matter, and do they help make quarterbacks better than they seem? Yes. And when Goff has had good running games, going back to Todd Gurley in that Super Bowl year, this guy can operate. He can slice and dice. But they stifled the Bucs, held them to 6 points, and it felt like they were in control. Jason, Detroit is absolutely real.
Your name, I realize it's just a picture in a frame. I read your letters, and you're not near, but they don't move me. They don't move me like when I hear your sweet voice whispering in my ear. Don't you know? Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Ain't nothing like the real thing. I play my game of fantasy. I pretend, but I know in reality I need the shelter of your arms to comfort me. No other sound is quite the same as your name. No touch can do half as much to make me feel better. So let's stay together. I've got some memories to look back on, though they have when you're gone. I'm well. Nothing can take the place of your being there. Oh, so glad we got the real thing, baby. So glad we got the real thing. Oh, darling, ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Ain't nothing like the real thing. Talk to me. Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Ain't nothing like the
We'll always be the hunters. Like, we'll always be hungry. We're about grit.
The NFL is working to increase minority involvement across the board. The Lions started the Wally Triplet Rotational Fellowship Program to let people from diverse backgrounds get their foot in the NFL door and eventually kick it open.
Really, it's an opportunity for minority recent college graduates to be in a rotational program within our organization to basically experience so many different departments besides coaching and scouting. There's analytics, there's marketing, there's corporate partnerships, there's community relations. That's one component that I think that we can control to make sure that we're setting up the future leaders for success, and hopefully we can make progress in those other positions.
Inspiring the next kid from Tampa or wherever who dreams big when they watch their favorite players in action.
call you one in a million you, a one in a million you.